I've had this concept for about 2 years now. I first made the Google Drive folder sometime before January 10th, 2023. Now we're in 2025 and I've made so much progress, but I haven't documented any of it. The original title was The Conversations I Didn't Have. Then it got a little too similar to some of the poems I've written, like The Words I Never Got to Say, The Songs We've Never Sung. Yeah. The concepts are all there. I have all the concepts done. It's just they're all work in progresses right now. I'm working on a poem temporarily titled Atlantis. It seems like all the times I actually have the inspiration to write, I don't have the time. And then when I have the time, I lack the inspiration. Why can't they happen simultaneously? Like, come on. I have a lot of deleted lines. My brainstorming is all over the place. There's another one I really want to work on. Right now it's called Siren Psalm. I might make that a line instead of the title, but I have some notes written down for that. I have the poems, they're just not written. It's February now. You get to see me in all my post-open mic glory. I worked on Atlantis earlier today. I got a lot more lines written, but I'm struggling with portraying the concept of Roman Empire. It's a trend that I feel like most kids in my generation would understand, but are they equipped with the language to grasp the full meaning of the poem? And then if I market it towards an older audience, will they be able to understand the trend, even if they can grasp the language? I'm conflicted. At the end of the day, I'm writing the poem for me, but it would help if the people who bought and read the book could read the book. It's March now, and not much progress has been made. I wrapped up Atlantis, and I rewrote a bunch of my old work, such as Old Name, Older Soul, and Bon Voyage. Late December, Epic the Musical's last saga, the Ithaca Saga, came out. I had written Bon Voyage in 2023, but it was only a few verses, and it lacked some kind of substance. Like, the concept was there, but not the heart and soul of it. After I listened to that song, I decided, why not make this poem a reference to Penelope from the Odyssey? That was the missing puzzle piece of the poem that I had written before I even knew about the existence of Epic. It's crazy how everything just falls into place. The book will be published. Probably not anytime soon. I was aiming for this summer, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen, and that's okay with me. So it's June now, and although I have been writing, I haven't really been documenting. I just got back from an Escondido open mic, Crash v. Cruz, which the title is structured like a court case, and it's loosely inspired by the movie Titanic. But also, it's contrasting Romeo and Juliet, because both Rose and Jack and Romeo and Juliet, R&J, only met each other within the span of like 10 days or a week, and they were already willing to die for each other, which I think is pretty crazy. But it's also pretty romantic. So I wanted to oppose that in Crash v. Cruz. About one poem from each section left to write, and then the writing portion of the book is finished. The cover was finished in May, so that's wonderful. It's July now. Technically, I only have 5 poems left to write, but I've kind of run into an issue because I keep writing poems that I want to be in the book for a section that is already full. I have 5 sections, right? Section 2, I keep adding to it, and it makes everything else off balance, so then I have to continue writing poems in the other sections to make it even, which honestly, nobody's counting but me, so I could get away with just making it uneven. Something interesting, in section 4, One Way Ticket, The Point of No Return, I wrote By Storm, which is a more visual, conceptualized poem. It's the same line, but I break it up, and then the way I section it makes it change meaning. I hope to make Lost in Conversations a lot more interactive, not just top to bottom read poetry. Taking advantage of the summer to write is really just, I'm writing. I'm just writing more poems instead of working with the poems I'm supposed to have already been written. It's September now, and in August, one of my favorite pop singers, Conan Gray, released his album Wishbone. I absolutely adore the album. it just complicates things a little because I'm a very small artist and he's a very mainstream musician, and Convos is very similar to the themes he has in Wishbone. There are a lot of parallels and similar symbolism. For instance, this poem I wrote, Caramel Cavities and Cliches, that won't be included in Convos but in a future book, wink wink, was written November 2024, before I even knew about Conan's song Caramel. As you saw in the vlog just now, my poem Bon Voyage, which has a lot of idioms about luck, it's pretty similar to Conan's 1111. Not to mention, I have a poem called Room 111, which brings up angel numbers, also something in Conan's 1111. Granted, his is more about making the stars align so it looks like you and your ex were meant to be, whereas mine is a hospital room number and tackles how a poet approaches grief. I do like listening to music while I write, and I'm really hoping that actor doesn't influence me in the future. When I was writing A Whirlwind With You, I did have this song and Vodka Cranberry sort of like in the back of my mind, so that might have influenced my writing a bit, but none of it was plagiarism. Don't get me wrong, I really like his stuff. Just complicated everything. It's October now, and I'm at that time of the year where I dislike everything that I write. I tried writing my take on the I Met My Younger Self for Coffee called Going, Going, Gone. Going, Going, Gone has me gone, and not in the good way. I had a vision. I didn't execute the vision how I wanted it to. The fallen soldiers march home. I know Amanda Gorman says that all poems are political. I really don't want to become overtly political, but I also want to shed light on the state of the world. Siren Song, I've idealized it too much, and now I'm scared to write it because it may not be as good as I imagine. These are the poems I have left to write. My initial goal was to publish in summer 2025. Now my goal is just to get a manuscript out before the end of the year. I'm going to be patient. It's a process. Besides, a lot of the delays in publication was due to the fact that my introduction poem, In a Sky Without Storms, is going to be published in the Diamond Valley Writers Guild Menagerie, like a collection anthology. So I needed to wait for that to get out. It was supposed to be on the 21st, so it should already be out. I have to wait half a year after its publication to release my work, which means summer 2026. But of course, I also still need to figure out how to promote things. I want to try to get the move on that, because I know for Attached I kind of just dropped it like a bomb and ran. So I need to get a manuscript out because I can't promote something if I don't have the thing yet. I hope November looks better. It's January 2026 now. Completely new year. We are officially promoting it. Woo! So the word is out. Everyone knows I'm working on a second chapbook. I created a new Instagram account called Ababa Gale, which is inspired by the usual rhyme scheme I use, A-B-A-B, A-B-A-B Gale, A-B-A-B Gale, okay. There's a lot of struggle with artists these days, not just writers, but painters and sculptures and literally any small business or artistic business. You can't just be a creative person, you also have to be a self-advocate and advocate for yourself, not only in person, but online. Terrifying. Strike Through was a huge success. I made a lot of money from that. Enough to pay for the cover art of Project Convos, which I'm very glad for, but a lot of it was a stroke of luck. As much as writing is a difficult career to pursue, there are many people pursuing it. So you would think that would make us competitors, but if anything, we're a support group. We're there for each other, buying each other's books. It seems like the writers are supporting writers. We need readers, but let's not talk about that. I want to talk about the progress of this book. This vlog might be a little longer because, well, let's just say I haven't really updated you guys the past few months. December, what did I do? I mainly worked on Strike Through. I finalized the first version of my manuscript before the new year, so that was my resolution since I couldn't get it published. at least have the manuscript out. Did do that. I'm working on my second manuscript now, and a lot of my poems are in the editing stage, which is great because that means I get to send it out to beta readers. So we've already started. First section of Convos is sent out to a beta reader, and we're recruiting a couple more. Oh yeah, okay, Anchor, we gotta talk about that. Until the Oceans All Run Dry. It was originally called Anchor, and it looked completely different, but then I started playing around with the form. I think Anchor was the first poem that I played around with the form so that it was shaped. Then I continued to do that in Strike Through, and then I got super excited because I started reading other poetry books that had fun form playing with shapes and stuff. So I started implementing that to other poems that weren't already like that, such as The Fallen Soldier's March Home, Speaking Without Words. Even if the content hasn't changed, the form has, and therefore it kind of changes the content. Ergodic. Oh, oopsie. Yeah, so that's a thing apparently that I've been doing without knowing. I'm really happy where I'm at. For the editing journey, I'm at a good pace right now, but that's considering my life as a student. And also, people don't know this yet, but I plan to re-release Attached with the updated cover and contents, so I gotta get on that too. That's like a whole nother side quest project I need to worry about. If October was like that and now I'm here, I wonder what it'll be like in June. It's May now. In February, I heard back from my beta readers. I'm on my third, now fourth manuscript. In March, I started my March Arts Challenge, so I illustrated some sketches for Project Convos. Most notably, the Siren Psalm, where it's like Siren Fin and then a psalm, prayer hands on the inside, which do you see first? Then you got C'est Sera, which is like this paper airplane with swirly clouds in it, and also navy blue. As a kid, I played with these paper dolls that you could dress up with paper clothing, and they've got little tabs on it. So I did that with the clothing I mentioned in navy blue. In April, I took a break from Project Convos to work on republishing Attached. So that's now out on Amazon. In May, I took a break from social media to focus on finalizing my chapbook. I'm on the fourth manuscript now. 2 poems left to edit, 1 poem maybe left to write. Scanned all the visual art, but I haven't started assembling the manuscript yet, and I still have to order the ARC. I'm honestly not sure if I will meet my June 8th deadline. We can only try. If not, that's okay. I know sometime in June it will be published, mark my words. It's June now, and the ARC finally came, so we're going to be doing a little unboxing video. Now, I'm not expecting it to be perfect by any means. Although the chapbook was published on the intended deadline date, I am expecting the margins to be off and the art to be a little bit pixely, but we'll see. First look at the ARC. Okay, we're holding it. Oh my goodness. You know, it's actually not as blurry as I thought. But otherwise, like, the spine and everything is fine. Actually, the margins worked out really well. There's no, like, white space at all. Wow, we're holding it. Finally. And then I get to read this for the very first time, and I'm gonna make a couple of tweaks. I'll probably write in blue pen. This is so surreal to see. I've been working on this since 2023, right? 3 years. Wow, it's looking good already. I'm very excited. Oh, the illustrations came out so well. Oh, how exciting. This is my last vlog for Project Convos, aka Lost in Conversation. The word is out. Today we'll have the launch party in a couple of minutes. The books came out well. This journey has had its highs and lows. Highs of inventing new forms and experimenting like a wordsmith, and the lows of formatting, editing trenches, and writer's block. It'll never reach perfection. I'm still very proud of the outcome. I do genuinely believe that this is my masterpiece. It may not be my magnum opus yet, because I believe that's still to be achieved during my life. But I do think that this is the best work I've done in my career so far. And I'm excited to share it with my friends and family. Thank you for watching my vlog, and accompanying me every step of the way. Maybe I'll do another one of these again for my third book. But that's it. It's June 19th. And I'm done.